But the other topic I've got to ask you about is I know that Karl had a mild blip for a couple of weeks ago with Shuli. Yeah. And Shuli has a ton of critics around the clock where it really, and I personally don't get it. Like, I don't watch him 24/7. I'm not saying we're like the best friends in the world.
By the way, you could watch him 24/7 if you wanted to. That's how often he's podcasting right now.
Yeah. I heard he's actually in talks to set up a show with Bob Levy and Mike Morse. That'd be good.
Good.
Really good.
Yeah, but Shuli has a lot of critics. Like there's a Shuli's Anonymous thing on YouTube, on Reddit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people right to get him, always talking shit about him. The whole Pottstown thing, which Ray DeVito has not spoken about much once since it all ended. So I'll start with Aaron on this one. You deal with a lot of shit from critics for sometimes for no reason, sometimes they maybe have a point, just saying. But with Shuli and his response to the critics and the way they're going after him, and now he's allegedly feuding with people like Big Dog Kev. Here we go. Strap in. So what do you think about what's going on with Shuli on the network?
This my take on this might surprise you, because that criticism you talk about probably comes mildly from me having the tendency to be a when I'm opinionated, but I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other on Shuli. I find Shuli to be one of those, like, if he's the easiest thing to not watch if you don't like him, and if you like him, go ahead and watch him. I just don't. The only thing I will say about Shuli that I find the criticism is very valid is there does seem to be like unabashed, let's say, tributes to Karl's broadcasting programs. I'll use the term tributes. Shuli is Vanilla Ice sitting in the chair on Behind the Music going, Karl's show goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. And our show goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding, tick, ding, 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 ding. So look, I think Karl's been, I've told him this before, he's been magnanimous about the Shuli stuff. I think Karl, I don't know, I won't speak for him. He's right here. But I think he kind of feels that the criticism is already out there. He doesn't feel the need to pile on the criticism. That would be my only criticism is Shuli, that he's been a little liberal with the who are these podcast tributes. But otherwise, like, he does a show. If you think it's hack and it's shitty, don't watch it. If you think it's funny, enjoy it and have a good time. Outside of the WATP stuff, I don't, like, he tried to do a comedy show in Pottstown. A few hundred people showed up. That's good. A few hundred people at a show is great. He picked a huge venue for it. That's not, his fault. Well, I mean, it's his fault, but it's like, it's not a negative. I don't, outside of the WATP stuff, I don't get a lot of the Shuli criticism.
But I gotta go with you on that one there, Karl. There's been a lot of people that have accused Shuli of not so much stealing your thing, because it's not like you invented it, but you've really made a lot of money from it recently. Oh boy, those football helmets don't come cheap. So for you and the accusations that Shuli's been not robbing from you, but heavily inspired by you, do you feel like he copies you? Or what do you think of the accusations that we just spoke about, Pretty Eyes?
Well, as I've said many times, I don't have a problem with Shuli, and I didn't invent this format, and anyone can make fun of Stuttering John, and a lot of people do. I probably wasn't even the first person to do that. I think Howard Stern was, to his face. So Howard can say that I ripped off him, and Howard does like to say that a lot, so that would actually make a lot of sense. I didn't understand. This was the thing that surprised me. When Shuli left the Howard Stern show, and then I found out that he was a fan of WATP, and then I had him on WATP, that's when I learned for the first time that people don't like Shuli. I honestly didn't know that, and I was a big Stern fan, and I listened to the program all the time, and then I come to find out, like, Radio Gunk and the Howard subreddit and all these people, like, hated Shuli, and I always liked him on the show. I thought his impressions of the Whack Packers were spot on and hilarious. I know he had that thing with Artie Lang that didn't go great, but for the most part, I was very surprised by all of the Shuli hate. So the Shuli hate isn't because of Uncle Rico Show. I mean, it was already there. And I think the people who want to hate Shuli, there's another reason that they can hate Shuli. And maybe some new people started hating him for it, but I don't know. I'm not one of them. Let's put it that way.
Do you think that Shuli handles the criticism well, Karl?
I don't know how you handle that. Honestly, I don't know what the right way to do it. He seems to do it okay, but he did flip out on me because he heard I said something about him, which I didn't say. And then he took it all on me. And I think maybe it's been, I don't know. Maybe he was saving it up or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, cause I remember that. And he said that WATP wasn't funny. And it's like, but isn't your show the show that had the special needs guy come on to eat his own shit and hemorrhoid blood, like live on the air? Like,
well, he said that WATP wasn't funny, but he listened to an episode that you were co-hosting. So,
by the way,
but I'm gonna ask you, Steve. We'll go with Stevie Lou. We'll mix it up like a wild man. You sort of not are in that Shuli circle, but you sort of know about the criticism he gets because you have a bunch of troll accounts, admit it. But when you see people going after Shuli and his response, what do you think, honey child?
Yeah, I don't see where he incites so much reaction. I'm indifferent. I don't see why people hate Shuli, but then again, Aaron has brought this up about me. People get fucking crazy about Stevie Lou. I drive people insane, and who the hell am I? You know, so there is this kind of phenomenon out there that some people just naturally get under other people and fans' skin and drive them nuts. And
I just realized
something.
Are any of us likable? I feel like we're at one of those dinner parties where all these people get invited in and we're all looking at each other like, hey, why is this jerk here? This asshole. Like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's called Dinner for Schmucks.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's what we're doing right now. Such
a good film, really well written, and I hope to make the sequel. But what about you, Derek? From your perspective, no offense, you tend to see you're basically aware of a lot of the podcast wars, the behind the scenes drama. So what do you think about all the shit that goes on with Shuli and the accusations he gets?
Yeah, he seems like a fairly likable human being, and I don't even know how much of the theft I see, because like the BS show, it's a hilarious show and it's a totally different platform. So he has multiple different kinds of shows. So he mixes it up pretty good. I don't know that he's just basically a thief of WATP. You need to work on that, Karl. There needs to be that hook. Yeah. If you learn anything from Howard Stern, yeah, exactly.
WATP.
There you go. We need to work on that. Yeah.
So thank you. I will. So I guess basically we would say that there would be a 10 thumbs up for Shuli from this group.
Yeah, all's fair in love and war with Shuli.
I think Stevie Lou and I were kind of just like two thumbs sideways. Like I don't get it.
I can't even do thumbs up.
Yeah, if my buddy Kevin Brennan is listening, then I'm gonna go thumbs down, Shuli, just to make sure I don't get.
Stevie Lou, you took Shuli's side. Like I heard it. I was watching the Irish guy, and you were taking his side.
I didn't realize if you don't get cussed out by Kevin, you'll get cussed out by Gino. So pick a side.
That's right. Thank you, Derek.
I didn't realize that Aaron was so good at doing an impression of Paul Stanley.
No, that's not Paul Stanley. That's Dusty Rhodes.
I know.
Aaron
Lou pointed out that my Kevin Brennan's starting to veer into Dusty Rhodes. Well, you see, Bob, we gonna have Chad Zumock on the program today, baby.
Hey, Goldust, he doesn't sell tickets.
That's right, baby. My fun is not nearly as talented as the funky like a monkey, American dream Kevin Brennan.